Hello everybody, I'm the Masked YouTuber, and I watch YouTube videos so that you don't have to. Yeah, I stole that fucking intro. What are you gonna do about it? Cry, baby? Probably nothing. Now let's get on with the review. Welcome to the channel. Hey everybody, you know who I am. Well, of course you saw the intro. So then of course you know who I am. But anyway, today we will be reviewing a channel that reviews Batman stuff. Well, not just Batman stuff. I mean, the guy does review Superman stuff, Justice League stuff, just comic book stuff in general. But mostly it has to do with DC stuff, and it's mostly cartoons for the most part. But today, my main focus is going to be on the movies. As you know, I am an avid comic book reader, comic book movie watcher, comic book everything, comic books, cartoons, everything. You just name it, I do it. Well, mostly DC, as you'll see here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for saving my life, Superman.
No problem.
Oh, I never noticed how strong and sexy you are. Oh, you got such a smooth chest.
Let's make out.
Oh, yes. Oh, Superman. Mm.
Mm.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm, 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 mm.
Masked YouTuber? Yeah.
Hey, what? What do you want?
Alright, I'm sorry. You told me to tell you when the meatloaf was ready?
Knock next time, knock! Alright, you didn't see anything, did you?
No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls.
Very well then. Now get the fuck out of here! I'll be there in a minute. Knock next time!
Very well then. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The fuck are you looking at? On with the review! Fucking asshole. Whoa. That was the wrong clip. Yeah, just ignore that. Anyway, on with the review. This channel is called Jay's channel. Let me go ahead and share the channel here. Let's see here. No. There we go. Yeah. This is Jay's channel. Now, right now, I've got it on the Reeves Superman films analyzed. So let's just take a look at Jay's channel real quick. As you can see here, he does do video games as well. And like I said, mostly cartoons. But what we're going to focus on today, like I said, is the Superman review that he did, as I do have a few things to say about it.
Roughly a year ago, I was walking out of the theater.
Whoops, not yet. Come on, man. Oh, I hate when it plays too early. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the things he has to say about Superman the movie.
I've skimmed through the origin like everyone knows it, because everyone does know it now, but this movie was just sincerely telling the story of Superman to a general audience like never done before. For that reason, when it takes a whole hour for us to see Superman, it's just so charming to imagine viewers in 1978 seeing Clark reveal the super suit underneath his shirt for the first time.
Yeah.
Watching this wholesome scene as Lois falls from a helicopter on top of a roof as everyone...
That's my favorite part too. You know, it's not so much how he does the review, but just how he goes about the review. And he does all 4 reviews all in one 31-minute format. And I don't think that that's adequate time enough to do a Superman all 4 movie reviews. He should have really made this into a series, but I digress. Let's go on as he talks about the ending of Superman.
perfect telling of Superman's origin. It just felt so good to watch. I just enjoyed the whole thing from start to finish. On a budget of $55 million, they made it back and...
Pause it. All right, hang on a second here. I'm trying to get to the point. So he reviews, when he's reviewing Superman 2, he reviews the Richard Donner cut. And he talks about how the ending of the Richard Donner cut is very similar to the ending of the original Superman. So let's take a look at that.
However, Richard Donner was replaced with director Richard Lester mid-production on Superman 2, which we shall discuss in a moment. Right at the top, I want to mention that years later, the fans started a massive movement to have Richard Donner's cut of Superman 2 released to the public to experience the film as close as it could have.
There you go. Let's see here. So we got this. There's certain things in the Richard Donner cut that I liked, and there's certain things in the Richard Lester cut that I liked. The way he reveals that he is Superman in the Richard Lester cut is different. It's a lot different. In fact, it changes the whole film if you watch it that way. But this guy only watched the Richard Donner film. That's why I say he should have analyzed each film as individual films and maybe did a general breakdown of each different cut. But I digress. Let's move on.
Like, that part is really funny to me. Like, the absurdity of it's just too stupid not to laugh at. But in a good way, though. But then I love the part where Lois actually does prove Clark is Superman here in the hotel. It really nails these characters down.
I risked my life instead of yours.
Lois, don't be insane.
And don't fall down, because you're just going to have to get up again.
No, Lois, now don't be crazy now.
What? It is you.
You realize, of course, if you'd been wrong, Clark Kent would have been killed.
Yeah.
With a blank?
Uh-oh.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, Lex escaped.
Now, it shows there that Lois shoots at him, and that is in the Richard Donner cut. However, in the Richard Lester cut, she jumps off of Niagara Falls. There's a ledge, and she jumps off of it and says, "Bye-bye, baby." And then he uses his intellect rather than his superpowers to save her. Well, that's not necessarily true. He does use his super heat vision to make a tree limb fall to the water, but he doesn't turn into full-on Superman to swoop in and save her. But then, none of that even really matters, because as soon as they get to the hotel, he does the dumbest fucking thing ever, drops his glasses into a big old thing of fire, and then reaches his hand right into the fire. Now, if Jay had watched the Richard Lester movie and the Richard Donner movie, he could have analyzed these movies as a whole instead of analyzing all four movies at once. He could have done a whole series and got a whole bunch of videos out of it. But you know how these young people think. And what I mean by young people, these are the kind of people that say, "Oh, Justice League and Batman the Animated Series was my childhood." Well, let me tell you something. Justice League and Batman the Animated Series was on around the time I was in high school. Now, people can't help what year they were born, and neither can I. That's why when I didn't know what something was, or I never saw a TV show, or something like, I don't know, like the Three Stooges or something like that, that stuff was taught to me by my parents. And then, oh, okay, now I know what this movie is. Now, Superman the movie came out. I wasn't even born yet. But, you know, I did watch it in TV reruns. I watched it in TV reruns. I owned a copy of it on VHS and so forth. But I only owned the Richard Lester cut. And that's the cut that we all pretty much owned up until the early 2000s, I think it was, or mid-2000s. Oh, well, let's listen to some more of Jay's analyzations. Is that even a word?
From jail, as I must comment on why this Lex is just so different from what I'm used to. Because he hangs out with such complete idiots.
Well, of course he hangs out with such complete idiots. He had to hang out with complete idiots to make himself look smarter.
Zone. We then see that Superman sending the rocket from the climax of the first movie into outer space blows a hole into the Phantom Zone, allowing them to escape.
So let's see. There's a completely different ending here. Oh, yeah, here it is. This is what he has a problem with. And this is because he only watched the Richard Donner cut.
But they put it in the first one anyway because my arch nemesis, Warner Brothers, thought it would be cool. I then jokingly said that this means Superman can just rewind time when things don't go his way, but then they seriously reused the time travel thing at the end of this movie as Superman makes it so that Zod never escaped the Phantom Zone, Lois never found out he was Superman, and the whole thing just never happened, as Clark beats up the guy who beat him up when his powers were gone.
Now see, had he watched the Richard Lesser cut, he could have compared it to this cut and realized that the Richard Lesser cut, the ending wasn't super great. In fact, the ending is made fun of quite a bit. But the original ending had him kissing Lois Lane and taking away her memory as though he's got some kind of superpower, the super mind kiss mind eraser. Be kind of cool if Jedis had that power. Then again, that would be kind of weird too. Could you imagine Luke doing that to Darth Vader? Ooh. Talk about extreme incest. He already did that with his sister. I mean, what the hell? What am I talking about? Anyway, without watching the Richard Lesnar cut and only watching the Richard Donner cut, I really think that Jay here is really robbed of having two comparisons to compare with. He really can't fully analyze these films unless he'd seen both cuts. With that being said, I do think he does a really good job of analyzing and breaking down the films. I just wish he had watched the other cuts before analyzing any of the films. Now, we're all done with Superman since that part has surpassed itself. But what does he think about the 89 Batman film? Well, I got to tell you, my personal experience of the 89 Batman film is I was around, 11 or 12 years old when 89 Batman came out. And Michael Keaton was and a lot of people in my generation, that was our Batman. Even though I did see the 1960s Batman with Adam West and Burt Ward, it was goofy, it was campy, and I did have a lot of fun with it when I was a little kid watching it in reruns. But the Tim Burton 89 Batman was darker, grittier, and so forth and so on. But the problem I have is everyone says that Batman kills in these movies. And I don't really see it as Batman actually kills people, but he does it accidentally. Like when he kills the Joker at the end. He doesn't really set out to kill the Joker at the end. He wraps the grappling hook around his leg and then wraps it around the statue, really more or less just hoping to hold the Joker in place so he doesn't go nowhere. He had no idea that the statue was going to break off and then hold him down. I mean, yes, it is an old church and everything, but I don't hold Batman directly responsible for killing the Joker in that movie. And he also brings up the fact that Batman drives his car and has the bomb in there, and the bomb goes off and kills all those thugs and Access Chemicals. If you look at it on a wide scale variety, yes, he does kill a whole bunch of criminals in that Access Chemical plant. But he drove the Batmobile using a remote control. So he didn't personally kill each and every one of those criminals. The criminals just happened to be there when the bomb went off. Can he help that? Fuck no. Anyway, I digress. Let's take a look at this kid's Batman 89 review. So his Batman review gets a little sticky at times, but I do enjoy it overall. But I gotta say, I do have a lot of complaints, and I will talk about those complaints as we're reviewing it, because that's what a review is. But, they're just minor stuff. So anyway, let's check out the review. This is a review of the review of that review. Here we go.
I mean, it's no lie. All 4 movies have this crap on the 4K discs. I'd rather watch the DVD versions over this. It's just straight up ugly. As for the sound, they decided to.
So he's talking about the quality, I guess, of the OK Ultra Blu-ray or whatever, which I don't have a problem with watch quality. Just imagine if he had the VHS copy and watched it on there. The movie was so dark that people actually started to complain about the darkness of the film. So they actually made a special edition VHS and lightened it up. And it was so light that you could actually see all the little mistakes that they're making. Like you could see the boom mic, and you could see like guys in the corner that shouldn't be there. And well, it just made what was supposed to be a dark film not quite such a dark film. But I digress. Let's get on with Jay's review.
To replace the old gun sound effects that, while yes, were cheesy.
How are those gun effects cheesy? I love the gun effects. Ping, 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 ping. I mean, come on. What could be more awesome than a ping, 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 ping? That was fucking awesome, dude. And if you ever fired a real gun, I mean, seriously, have you? I mean, real guns really do make ping noises, especially when you shoot them off of metal objects. I mean, come the fuck on, man. Oh, man. I really went on a miniature little rant there, didn't I? Anyway, on with the review.
But they fit with the grainy quality footage of the movie. But in the 4K versions, the guns have these realistic modern sound effects that stick out like a sore thumb in these 80s and 90s movies. Now, with that all out of the way.
I mean, I think he's just nitpicking there because I really don't hear the difference. Of course, my hearing's been damaged for a lot of gun shooting over the years myself. What? I used to go hunting back in the day, okay? I did a lot of hunting. What, you got a problem with that? What are you going to do about it? Probably nothing. Now, let's get on with the review.
Let's get back to the actual movie. Superman the movie proved you can make really compelling stories.
All right, let me fast forward this just a little bit because he does go into like Batman Returns. He does this one the same way he did his Superman reviews, as he does all 4 movies, or all 4 movies all at the same time.
So can we expect that? Well, it opens with this husband and wife with their son walking in the street about to cut through the alley. But these people can't be the Waynes, right? They need a map and are trying to get a taxi. Well, they get jumped, but not killed. This was indeed a fake out, as this scene takes place in a world where Batman's already active.
Now, whoever watched this movie and thought that those were the Waynes, something's wrong with them. Even as a little kid at 11 or 12 years old, when I first watched this movie at the drive-in movie theater, which doesn't exist anymore, that really shows my age. I knew right away that this was just some random couple that Batman was going to save. But I do say, I think I can see how a lot of people at first might have thought this was Bruce Wayne's parents, especially if you read the comic books or watched the cartoon series before you went into watching this movie, which the cartoon series does take place after the first and second movies. But, you know, if you're young as this guy, then you probably didn't watch this Batman movie until after Mask of the Phantasm or something like that. Maybe Mask of the Phantasm was part of his childhood, but I digress.
And this Batman tries to act like a mythical creature, intentionally pretending to get knocked down by the bullets only to rise like a ghoul.
I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
I love that line. That's one of my favorite lines of the whole movie. Now you have here him talking about the difference between Batman and, Superman. I think he even talks about how he does, however, go on and say how the origin story doesn't tie into the origin story that's the same in the comic books and the cartoons and more recent Christopher Nolan movies, where Joe Chill was the culprit. But in the comic books, I think it was just some random thugs that killed his parents. It wasn't Joe Chill or the Joker. And then it come out later in the comic books that it was, in fact, Joe Chill. But I don't know how much later. But anyway, I digress. They had to use the Joker in this movie they wanted to tie it in so that he would become the main antagonist in the movie. And if you're making a movie for the first time, kind of like how they did with Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, you kind of have to tie it all in to make it make sense in a way. But I digress. Boy, I've been saying digress a lot here lately. I sure digress a lot.
When you look at it, isn't really telling the story of Batman, how he came to be and how the status quo was created. Instead, Batman just already exists. The only explanation the film does of Batman's origin is so Vicky Vale can learn it, and so that the film can tie the origin into the movie's actual main character, the Joker.
Well, there you go. There's a little explanation there.
Let me pump brakes on that. Batman is played by Michael Keaton. Bring up Superman for the millionth.
All right. So he keeps on bringing up Superman because Superman is one of his favorites. I think he does favor Superman over Batman because he does a lot of the Superman cartoon reviews. Now he's going to talk about this. Check this out.
Three of which he had nothing to do with. Now, that's not to say this was a cash-in project for him. He nails the role. Like, look at him. It looks like the Joker left off the page of the comic books and onto the screen. The voice, the costume, and makeup design, it's all there. Heath Ledger will go down in history as one of the best movie villains of all time. But if we're just looking at how to do a comic book Joker in a movie, this is definitely the model.
So then he goes on to say how Michael Keaton's Batman wasn't the superior Batman, but he did like Michael Keaton's Batman. I got to tell you, I think Michael Keaton's Batman and Bruce Wayne kind of jumps off the page for me. That's what I don't like about these young kids nowadays. They analyze these movies because they don't really have an emotional attachment like we do in our generation. That may or may not be a good thing, but I mean, I don't know. Man, my nose really itches, don't it? Anyway, but that's all I really have to say about this reviewer for right now. Maybe somewhere down the road, I will go into like how he all his cartoon reviews, which are really good. And I'm not saying that these movie reviews are really bad. I'm just saying I don't like them. What the fuck do you expect? I grew up in a different time period. But that doesn't make this reviewer good or bad. It just means that when he reviews his movies, I really don't resonate with them because I see him from a whole different perspective. Now, I can talk about all the bad things and good things and what makes the Superman and Batman movies good or bad. But, you know, I've seen these movies hundreds and hundreds of times, probably a lot more than this Jay guy's even been alive. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about this Jay guy. But if you want to subscribe to his channel and watch his reviews, I do recommend, because I will put a link in the description to his channel. And until then, remember one thing. Not everybody's an asshole. Although we all do have assholes. And you know what the fuck comes out of them. Until next time, this is the MASH YouTuber saying, huh? What's that? She saw me playing with my toys? I mean, I wasn't playing with my toys. What do you mean somebody saw me? How dare you release that footage? No, that was totally the wrong footage. Oh, fuck! For more videos, subscribe to me if you haven't done that already. I have new videos each and every week, and they get more and more intense as they get along. And give that video a thumbs up. In fact, smash that thumbs up. Wait, no. Forget it. You know what to do. Or at least I hope you do. See you next time. Idiot. Just kidding. You guys are awesome.